Hi, YouTubers and wet shavers everywhere. It's Mark at Georgetoon.com. I'm back with another Monday Morning Mailbag. Get yourself a cup of coffee, kick back, relax. Let's talk a little wet shaving and a few other things. What do you got this morning? New coffee mug? I've got a new coffee mug and a new coffee, yes, from William Meredith. They have arrived. Hang on. First sip. Check it out. That's good. That is really, really good. That's marvelous. First, let me show you the mug. All the way from Philadelphia. The Philadelphia coffee mug right here. Right here. Oh, let's go this way here. This is how right there. Philadelphia. There's downtown Philadelphia right there. Check that out. Downtown Philly. Huh? What an absolutely fantastic coffee mug. Huh? How about that? That's beautiful. That's beautiful. William, thank you very, very much. And hang on, one more sip of this coffee. It packs a punch. There's your clue as to what this coffee is. Yeah, that's good. Wow, that's a nice, bold flavor. It's a medium roast. Check it out. Right here, Ellis Coffee, Philadelphia Rose, right there. With you-know-who, Yo Adrian, right there. Isn't that fantastic? From Ellis Coffee, right out of Philadelphia. That's absolutely fantastic. Yeah, and again, it's a medium roast. And here it is right here, named for our home city because of its intensity and strong character, like the resilient sports fans of Philadelphia. Hey, congratulations to the Philadelphia Eagles again for winning the Super Bowl. And yeah, man, when they say strong character, that's what this coffee has. Yes, absolutely. One more sip. Wow, this is good. Yeah, boy, that's got some character to it. It says here, skillfully roasted, a shade past medium to allow the chocolate notes to be finished with a cinnamon almond ending. This coffee packs a punch and is the perfect pick-me-up for fueling your morning run or going toe-to-toe for 12 rounds, right there. Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. It's a delightful coffee. And again, it's got that great, it's like just a hair, a shade above medium roast. Yeah, it's got that extra little kick. Really, really nice boldness to it, but a real nice smooth boldness, so to speak. And check this out on the back here. Meet John Ellis. Check out that artwork. Artwork on this coffee bag is fantastic. Meet John Ellis. Okay, I'll let you get a screenshot of that. All right, meet John Ellis. In 1908, a 13-year-old boy named John Ellis purchased the 54-year-old coffee importing company he worked for. He renamed it after himself, John Ellis and Brothers Teas and Coffees, and it would go on to become one of the oldest family-owned and operated coffee roasters in the U.S. Who does that at 13? That's amazing. Where were you when you were 13? I was doing a paper route. That's about it. And drawing cartoons. That's it. I wanted to be a cartoonist, so I was delivering papers and trying to become a cartoonist at 13. This guy, John Ellis, he buys a coffee company at 13. Wow. Man, talk about an underdog for both the original owner of this coffee company and Rocky, right there, the boxing underdog right there from the very, very famous movie. Wow. And again, a big, big thank you to William Meredith for just a wonderful, wonderful coffee mug of Philadelphia and a great Philadelphia coffee. William, thank you so very, very much. Now, it was worth the wait, wasn't it? Yeah. A little long, a little bit of a wait, that is, to get the coffee. But, man, definitely worth the wait. Hang on, one more sip. Absolutely fantastic. How are you this morning? Great to be with you. I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me. And again, I highly recommend Ellis Coffee Philadelphia Roast. Really, really very, very good. Now, if you're someone who likes creamer in your coffee, James Sefton sent this along. Hey, Mark, years ago, my grandma and grandpa always used evaporated milk in their coffee. The other day, I picked up a can from the store. Evaporated milk has about 60% of the moisture content removed and gives it a more creamy and a slightly caramel taste over regular milk. Just thought I'd pass it along for the folks that enjoy a cup of joe with the 3MB like I do. James. Hey, James, thanks very, very much. I remember my mom having evaporated milk in the kitchen, but I don't know what she used it for. I have no idea. So, did your mom or dad have, or grandpa have evaporated milk in the kitchen? What did they use it for? Did they use it as a creamer for their coffee? Comment below and let us know. James, thanks very much for passing that along. Thank you so very, very much. Boy, oh boy, again, great to be with you. And one more thing from James Sefton, the head is healing up very, very nicely, and he sent along another hat to protect the dome. Here it is right here. Check that out. A George hat. There it is right there. How about that? That's fantastic. That looks great. And you know what? Early green to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. So I'll probably be wearing this on St. Patty's Day, which is a week from today. So thank you very much to James for sending this along. Really, really do appreciate it. You know, it's inspiring me. Maybe I should offer a hat in the online store, maybe with George like this, or maybe Boom Lather like I have on the sweatshirt. Comment below and let me know if you'd like to see something like that, and we'll put a design or two together and get it posted up there so you can get your very own George hat. But this is delightful. Wow. My gosh, James, thanks very, very much. And it'll protect the head, and the head is healing up. We'll talk about that more later. Boy, how are you this morning? Hey, if you're taking me along in your morning commute, thanks very much for the lift. I really, really do appreciate it. You know what? This is really good. One more sip. That's absolutely fantastic. And if you're tuning into the podcast this morning, thanks very much for listening via all those platforms that are out there, whether it be Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, or iHeartRadio. Thank you very, very much. Boy, we've got a great show for you this morning. Oh, wait a minute. Before we say that, before we talk about the show, we've got to let you know, a good hot coffee, a trusty mug, let the caffeine go to work, gentlemen. Absolutely. So got a great show for you this morning. We are going to be giving you a really, really neat shaving tip this morning that came in. We got a couple of shave den visits. We got some reminders for you this morning. Stay tuned for that. Couple of wet shave meetups taking place. Yeah. So we got the one we've been talking about, and another one that might be in your neck of the woods. We also have some great refill comments. We've got oh man, I say it every week, but again, we've got some new wet shave gear to share with you this morning that is absolutely fantastic. We've got so much in the show this morning, and we also have some great questions and comments. So, wow, I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning, whether it be a great Philly roast in a Philly coffee mug or some other configuration of coffee and mug. Great to be with you. And wow, we got a great, great show. So let's kick off the show like we do every week with a viewer morning shaving tip. Well, this morning's shaving tip comes from viewer Nathaniel Jackson. And he writes, "Hi, Mark. I would like to share a shaving tip and tell you how much I love the 3MB. I listen to your show Monday nights, and it is quite often the highlight of my day. I assume you hear this kind of compliment daily, and it is true for so many of us." Oh, well, thank you very much for saying that, Nate. I really, really do appreciate it. Anyway, my tip involves the alum block that is used after shaving. I've noticed that you sometimes have a rubber band around the block to help keep it from slipping out of your hand. Here is what I do. After shaving and rinsing off my face with cold water, instead of drying off my face and wetting the alum block under cold water, I leave the water on my face, dry my hands, and then take the dry alum block and rub it all over my face. I find there is enough water on my face for the alum block to do its job, and only the side that is touching my face gets wet. Dry alum block, dry hands, and no slipping out of my hand. Thank you, and I will see you at the Maggard Meetup, with a small 3MB mug. Perhaps I can get a picture with you, me, and my mug. Nate out of Michigan. Hey, Nate, absolutely. I would love to get a picture with you. Yes, make sure we get a picture of you, me, and the George mug, and we'll also share it here on the Monday Morning Mailbag after the Maggard Meetup. That would be absolutely fantastic. And what a great shaving tip and a great approach to using the alum block. Rubber band free. That's absolutely fantastic. Just after that final cold water rinse, keep the water on there, dry your hands, grab a dry alum block, and then, rub it around there. There's enough water on the face for the alum block to do its job. That is a great tip and a great approach to using it. So thanks very much for sharing with all the viewers and fellow wet shavers out there. Really do appreciate it. And to say thank you for you and only you, an original signed George sketch. So please email me your snail mail address to mondaymailbag@gmail.com, mondaymailbag@gmail.com, and I will send this to you post haste. And if you out there would like an original signed George sketch, just send me a shaving tip. Send that shaving tip to mondaymailbag@gmail.com, and if I use it here on the morning viewer, if I use it here, wait a minute. If I use it here on the viewer morning shaving tip segment of the Monday Morning Mailbag, you too will receive an original signed George sketch. So Nate, thanks again for a really terrific shaving tip. Really do appreciate it. Well, we've got a couple of Shave Den visits for you this morning. First up is a Shave Den visit from viewer David Bates from across the pond over there in the UK. And David writes, "Hey Mark, really thought you'd like to know that the intrepid explorer George landed in the UK today. A 2-week journey all the way across the pond, but he made it. Here he is, just held against the mirror to show you he made it. I'll be buying a frame at some point, then he'll take pride of place. Thank you for all you do for the community and for your beautiful art. I love it. Many thanks. Enjoy the spring. Best regards, David." David, thank you so very much for displaying George very quickly in your shave den. It looks like you got a really nice setup too. And I look forward to seeing George framed up in your shave den. Thank you very much. I'm very flattered and honored. And thanks again for your shaving tip that you shared with us a couple weeks ago. I'm so glad that George arrived unscathed and in good condition. Bravo to both postal services on both sides of the pond here. So that's absolutely fantastic. David, thank you again for sharing that. Really do appreciate it. Viewer James Gazda shares new acquisitions to his shave den, and he writes, "Hey Mark, I recently acquired this 1958 third quarter made Fat Boy. This is the date when they were introduced to the public. This is the difficult date to find. I came across it on eBay. I only paid $45 plus shipping. There was another one listed at $179 plus shipping. As always, right place, right time. Thanks and have a great week. Jim." Wow, that is absolutely wonderful. And at that price, Jim, if you wanted to, you could send that to Razor Emporium and have them tune it up, balance it out, and even replate it. And you've got a brand new Fat Boy razor that'll last for another 2 generations. That's absolutely spectacular. Wow. Thank you so much for sharing that with all the viewers. And again, folks, Jim shows us very often how easy it is, with a little bit of patience and a little bit of research, how easy it is to find a wonderful vintage razor at not a lot of money, at a really good price point. So congratulations on that acquisition, Jim. Really wonderful razor. 1958 third quarter Fat Boy. Wow, absolutely fantastic. So my thanks to James Gazda and also to David Bates for sharing their shave dens with everyone this morning. Gentlemen, thanks again very much. Well, here's your reminder that this channel now has AutoDub technology, courtesy of YouTube and Google. What is AutoDub? Well, right now I'm speaking in English, but if you would prefer to hear the audio track of this show in Italian, German, Portuguese, Spanish, or French, all you have to do is go to that little gear on the lower right of the video and click on that, and a menu will pop up, and you can select any of those languages, and AutoDub will translate my English into Italian, German, Portuguese, Spanish, or French in real time on the fly. Pretty amazing. Check it out, AutoDub. And here's your weekly reminder that the Monday Morning Mailbag is also available as a podcast. Simply get up to your favorite streaming service and search for Monday Morning Mailbag and more, Monday Morning Mailbag and more, and the Monday Morning Mailbag podcast, as well as our other podcast, Second Cup, will come right up. Both of those podcasts are available on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, YouTube, and now iHeartRadio. Now here's your reminder about the Maggard Meetup. Don't forget, the Maggard Meetup is happening on April 26, 2025 at 124 South Winter Street in Adrian, Michigan, 49221. Tickets are $35 each. We'll have a link below where you can check out the page where they have all the information regarding the meetup and where you can also purchase a ticket. It's only $35, and the meetup, again, takes place on April 26, 2025 from 12 noon to 5 p.m. in Adrian, Michigan. I have my ticket. I hope to see you there. Well, are you in Texas or are you planning to visit Texas around March 22nd this year? Well, if so, there's a wet shaving meetup taking place in Round Rock, Texas on March 22nd. Now, Douglas Embry posted this on his Instagram channel, and we'll link it below. This is the Texas Wet Shaving Meetup taking place on Saturday, March 22nd, 2025 at 2 p.m. It's going to be held at the Salt Lick BBQ, 3350 East Palm Valley Boulevard, Round Rock, Texas, 78665. And Douglas writes, "Hey y'all, let's do this, Texas. Please bring a new or lightly used bit of hardware or software for the PIF table. Killer swag bags for all attending and raffle for some sweet brushes, razors, bowls, and software. Right across from the Kalahari Resort. Please RSVP me by message. For more information, contact me or Barry at Attection Shaves. People out of state are welcome as well." Hey, that's absolutely fantastic. We will link the Instagram page where Douglas Embry posted this so you can contact Doug or Barry at Attection Shaves and let them know you'll be attending. Barry Bedford also emailed this additional information. "Good morning, Mark. First off, thank you so much, Mark. Really appreciate this. We have the following artisans donating to the giveaways and swag bags: Mama Bear Soaps, Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements, Barrister and Man, Ariana and Evans, Sharp Shaver, Parker Safety Razors, Alpha Shaving Works, The Shave Mercantile, and more pending." Wow, that's absolutely fantastic. Thanks very much for that additional information, Barry. So there you go, folks. If you live in Texas or you're going to be visiting Texas around March 22nd, there's a Texas Wet Shaving Meetup taking place Saturday, March 22nd at 2 p.m. at the Salt Lick BBQ in Round Rock, Texas. We will link that Instagram page below where you can get some more information and contact Douglas Embry or Barry at Attection Shaves. Gentlemen, thanks again very, very much. Well, this morning we have some more photos in the George Monday Morning Mailbag Coffee Mug Club. First up, we've got something from Jay Robinson. This is kind of like two birds, one stone, because he also is giving us an update on that shave brush handle that he won in our recent giveaway that Chris Bodrab very, very kindly sponsored. Beautiful shave brush handle. Anyhow, Jay writes, "Hi, Mark. I finally put a knot in the brush handle and it looks great. I have yet to use it as I just silicone the knot in and I'm waiting for it to cure. I ordered the knot from AliExpress and it's a 25 millimeter synthetic knot. It's funny, as I ordered the knot a couple of weeks before I ordered your amazing coffee cups and ended up getting the cups first. The Old Salty is what I used to shave with this morning with the Edwin Jagger 316, and I used the Shave Boy razor blade. I want to thank you and Chris again for this beautiful brush, and I am looking forward to drinking coffee in my new cup while watching this week's Monday Morning Mailbag. They are awesome mugs, and that's from Jay Robinson. Jay, thank you so much for sending along the photo of that beautiful brush with the knot and the George coffee mug and Old Salty and that 316 razor. Yeah, Matt Panter sent one to the channel. It's absolutely fantastic. Yeah, we like that razor a lot. And thanks again for sending along the photo of the brush and the George mugs. Looks absolutely great. We got this from viewer Caleb Bowers, who writes, I'm not a very good writer. Oh, yes, you are. You're fine. I've always struggled with knowing where the right punctuations go. Maybe I need to watch Victor Borga punctuate a book. Yeah, if you've ever seen Victor Borga do his audio punctuation, it's a real hoot. Just go up to YouTube and Google Victor Borga audio punctuation, and you'll see a very, very funny bit. Really, really creative. Caleb continues here, but all I can say is when I watched the 3MB where you were announcing that you had a Monday Morning Mailbag mug, I knew I couldn't go with just one. You know how the saying goes, go big or go home, right? They definitely filled up my cabinet where I store them. I featured my Ohio State Buckeye coffee mug because I was going through Ohio a couple of years ago and had to get one in the state where one of my favorite YouTubers lives, so I couldn't take a picture without it. Anyway, just want to thank you for making my mornings better. P.S. I'm sure you have been asked this question before, but have you thought of coming out with a signature shaving brush? If so, and are trying to find a brush company who makes brushes, check out DS Cosmetics. In my opinion, their synthetic knots are top-notch along with other brush makers. Anyway, take it easy, Caleb. Caleb, thank you so much. 3 coffee mugs. That's very, very kind of you. They look absolutely great. And thank you for including the Ohio State Buckeyes coffee mug. That's absolutely fantastic. They look absolutely great. Thank you so very, very much for taking the time to write and also taking a photo of all those great coffee mugs. Thank you very, very much. And as far as a signature shaving brush, yeah, I'm looking into it, and I just want to make sure that if we do one, that George gets transferred to the brush, either in color or engraved somehow, something that'll look really, really good. So I'm going to have to investigate that a little bit more with the folks at DS Cosmetics. And if anyone knows of any other brush makers out there that might be able to accommodate me in bringing out a George shaving brush, please comment below and let me know, or email me at mondaymailbag@gmail.com. It's worth investigating, and I would love to do it, but I'd like to make sure that George is on there and looks just like he does on the coffee mugs and the sweatshirts and that sort of thing. So Caleb, thanks very much for passing that along. Really do appreciate that. And we also heard from Ken Frederick, who wrote the following: I was drinking a good hot Aldi Colombian blend coffee from my trusty George mug while enjoying the view from my patio on a clear, beautiful Texas day. The caffeine was going to work as I was about to leave for work. Wow, that looks absolutely great. And what a beautiful, beautiful Texas day right there in your backyard, Ken. Absolutely fantastic. And hey, you're right there in Texas. You've got a Texas wet shaving meetup happening on March 22nd of 2025 at 2 p.m. in Round Rock, Texas. I don't know where you are in relation to Round Rock, Texas, but if it's in your neck of the wood, I hope you attend and have a great time. Sounds like it's going to be a great time, absolutely. So my thanks to Ken, Caleb, and Jay for sending along the photos and showing all of us the George coffee mugs this morning. And if you have a George coffee mug or about to receive a George coffee mug, snap a photo of it. We'll share it here on the Monday Morning Mailbag in the George Monday Morning Mailbag Coffee Mug Club segment. I think that's what it's going to become known as. So again, just send the photo in. We'll share it with all the viewers out there. Gentlemen, thank you again very, very much. Well, what do you know? Coffee's getting low. That time of the show. Let's go back for a refill. Well, I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. I hope you went back for a refill. I sure did. Hang on, one more sip. That's good. That's a good cup of coffee. That's packs a punch. Absolutely. Courtesy of viewer William Meredith. Philadelphia Roast. Yo, Adrian, huh? From the Ellis Coffee Company. Wow. Again, the gentleman bought the company when he was 13 years old. My gosh, that in itself is amazing. Yeah, and it's a really terrific coffee. A little bit higher, a shade higher the medium roast. It's medium, a little shade higher than medium. It really is good. It has a nice, bold, smooth flavor. So if you like your coffee that way, this is a good one. And check out that mug again, Philadelphia. Isn't that great? Isn't that beautiful? Philadelphia right there. Absolutely fantastic. A big, big thank you to William Meredith for very kindly sending along the coffee mug and also the coffee all the way from Philadelphia. Super Bowl champs. Again, congratulations to the Philadelphia Eagles for winning the Super Bowl. Yeah, right there. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. And yeah, you know what? Rocky, he's a champ. The Philadelphia Eagles, they're the champs. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, so thank you again, William, very, very much. And a big thank you to James Sefton for the George hat. James, thank you very, very much. We're going to set it aside now for the time being. Thanks again, James. Really, really do appreciate it. Let's get to some of these refill comments. We'll kick it off with something from Ken Frederick. Great show. I picked up a new bottle of Aqua Velva last week. Classic scent. Take care. Yeah, hey, thanks very much for that, Ken. This is in regards to the tip we got from James Sefton last week. He takes Clubman Osage Rub and adds about 12 drops of that to Aqua Velva when he gets a new bottle of Aqua Velva. Ken, let us know if you're doing that. It was a great tip, and it gives Aqua Velva a little bit of a kick, just like the Philadelphia Roast is giving us a little bit of a kick this morning. Thanks very much for that, Ken. Really do appreciate that. Hey, Dave Reed writes, hi, Mark. Like you, I think my Twig razor is just great. I've got lots of razors, but the Twig is my best. I turn my Twig upside down on a little tissue, then put several drops of mineral oil into the well and let it set for several hours to allow the oil to work into the gears. I've had my Twig for over 2 years and it has worked flawlessly. Thanks very much for that, Dave. We talked about the Twig last week. We had a viewer who, I think it was Bart Bartlett, I think, who was having a little bit of trouble with his Twig aligning the top plate and the bottom plate, the top plate and the base plate. And this is a great tip. So if you have a Twig, try this. Set it upside down and put a couple of drops of mineral oil into that well in the bottom of the handle, and let it sit there and let it work its way through the gears. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Dave, thanks very much for that. Really do appreciate it. Hey, Mike H. writes, hi, Mark. Great Monday morning mailbag. Thank you. Wonderful segments throughout the show, as always. I hope the head abrasion clears up quickly for you. It's annoying when those things happen. Have a fantastic start to the week and best regards as always. Mike, thank you very, very much. Yeah, the head is healed up very, very nicely. We'll be discussing this later on in the show, but I can show you real quickly. Let me get the microphone out of the way. Here, you can see right there. And I hope that photographed. I'm not sure. I won't know until I get into editing. I might have to take a still photograph and edit that in. But it's healed up nicely. I even did a head shave the other night, very carefully. And again, we're going to talk about that because we had a viewer share with us a technique and approach to shaving the head with a DE razor if you've got a nick up there. And really, it was very, very helpful. I used that. But it's healed up very, very nicely. I think it looked worse than what it was, but it looked pretty bad, didn't it? But yeah, and we'll tell you what we were using, what we have been using, and I think this irritation has also cleared up. Also, we'll talk all about it later on in the show. I think it's coming up in questions and comments, so stay tuned for that. Thanks very much, Mike. Dave Wilson writes, hi, Mark. You just discussed caffeine strength on today's 3MB, so thought you might like to see this from Copper Moon. Here's the myth. Dark roast coffee has more caffeine than light roast. The truth is, light roasts actually retain more caffeine than dark roasts. Here's why. Roasting affects caffeine levels. The longer coffee beans roast, the more they expand and lose mass. This means dark roast beans are less dense than light roast beans. Per scoop, light roast has more caffeine because light roast beans are denser when measuring by volume like a scoop. You're actually getting more caffeine than you would with dark roast. Per weight, caffeine is about the same. If you weigh your coffee instead of scooping, caffeine differences are minimal between light and dark roast. So if you want a stronger caffeine kick, a light roast is the way to go. Hey, Dave, thanks very much for sending that along. Really do appreciate it. A little bit of science there. And Dave wraps up by saying cheerio. Dave, thanks very, very much for that. Really do appreciate it. Hey, Dave Richland also sent this along regarding caffeine content. And he writes, "Hi, Mark. Since being into the traditional wet shave experience, it's evidently also a must that coffee is a part of that experience. Turns out a good shave and a good cup of coffee go hand in hand. Who knew? And since you've wondered what the caffeine content is of the different roasts, I thought I would consult AI in finding out what's what. Here is what the great Oracle AI said about the issue." Oh, great. This is more information. David, thank you very much for taking the time to do this AI query. Really do appreciate it. And here's what AI says. "The difference in caffeine between light, medium, and dark roast coffee is minimal. The actual amount of caffeine depends on how the coffee is measured and brewed." Now, here's a breakdown on caffeine content. Light roast contains about 1.13% caffeine. Medium roast contains about 1.17% caffeine. Dark roast contains about 1.08% caffeine. Wow! How it's affected by roasting. As coffee beans are roasted, the caffeine content decreases slightly. Darker roasts have less water content and larger beans, so they might have more caffeine if you measure by weight. Lighter roasts have more water content and smaller beans, so you might have less caffeine if you measure by volume. The science behind this is pretty amazing. Other factors, the brewing method and personal preferences will also affect the coffee experience. The color or flavor of coffee is not a good indicator of caffeine level. The caffeine in coffee stimulates brain activity and releases neurotransmitters that make you feel more alert and awake. That's from Dave Richland. Dave, thanks very much for sending that along. Wow, a lot of science this morning. You know what? Grab a cup of coffee and, if the coffee's not waking you up, the science will. Hang on, I got to get another sip after that. That's fantastic. David, thanks very much for sending that along. We really do appreciate it. Wow. That came from David Richland. And prior to that, it came from Dave Wilson. A couple of Davids sending in some great caffeine information. Gentlemen, thank you very, very much. Stan Chapman, 55, writes, "Great show, Mark. My face trouble spots are the jawline under each ear. The hair is extra tough and swirly, so very few razors can get these areas well. When stubble is left, I just take a few strokes with one of my electric razors and I'm good to go." Oh, hey, Stan, thanks very much for confirming that. We were talking about finishing up with an electric razor after a DE shave, and Stan does that, and he has very good reason to. So, he just gets a great DE shave with his single edge or double edge razor, and then he gets his electric razor and boop, boop, and he's done. That's great. Stan, thanks very much for passing that along. Really do appreciate it. This comes from Tyler Fike, 613. Great 3MB per usual, Mark. In regards to the leaf twig alignment issues, while I haven't experienced that particular issue, I've had one issue arise with mine. I've had the twig for probably 2 years now, and it is still one of my favorite razors. The issue I experienced was one night before bed. I loaded a blade into it for the following morning's shave. The morning came and I had a shave, but when I went to open the razor to take the blade out to dry, the razor wouldn't open. It was seized up. It took me holding the head of the razor wrapped in a towel in one hand and wrapping the knob with another towel in the other hand and putting quite a bit of force on the knob to get it to finally break free. Now, the solution to the problem, and thus far, the preventative maintenance to keep it from happening again. While I don't have a sonic cleaner, I do clean the twig thoroughly about once a month. I spray the razor with scrubbing bubbles on the outside and down the threads, then soak it in a bowl of hot water and Dawn dish soap. Let it soak for about 15 minutes. Take it out and rinse it thoroughly under hot water. Then put 1 to 2 drops of mineral oil down the threads on the bottom and work the mechanisms a few times. I have not had any issues with mine since doing this monthly. This is a good way of cleaning it out internally without disassembling it, especially if you don't have an ultrasonic cleaner like myself. Hopefully this helps someone out. The Twig is a great razor, and although it is a little intricate with the moving parts, it's a razor I won't be without in my den. Have a great weekend, Mark, and God bless. Wow, that is absolutely fantastic information for Twig users out there, Twig razor owners. Tyler, thank you very, very much for that. I'm going to have to make a mental note of that and make sure that I'm doing a little bit of maintenance on my Twig razor as well. Tyler, thanks again very, very much. This comes from viewer S.J. Piasco. Hey, Mark, let your hair grow out a little on the sides. I bet it would look nice for a change. Thanks very much, S.J. I appreciate that. You know what? I used to have that, well, I call it like a coffee ring, or like a, it's kind of like a ring of hair. I used to have that, and then I got an electric trimmer, and I would just trim it down with electric trimmer, and it would grow out a little bit, and I would just shave it back one length again. And then when the channel hit 3,000 subscribers, I promised viewers that I would do a head shave with a DE razor. And since then, I've never looked back. I love doing a head shave with a DE razor, and I'm every other day because I just had a shave the other night with the safety razor. Again, I was real careful, and I'm probably, when I do it, probably tomorrow. I haven't even done a face shave today because I've got a razor and a shave soap and that sort of thing that I'm probably going to use and review, which is why I'm letting a little more hair growth come in. But anyhow, every other day, and that seems to be comfortable for me. And again, I'm trying to be a little cautious because it is healing up there a little more, but it's getting better. I mean, it's really not that bad, but still, I want to be careful because the skin is so thin up on top. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to do that. I like the feel of a head shave, and if I let it go a day or two after the head shave, it doesn't feel too bad. And when I have another shave, I feel great again. So I don't know if I would want to let it grow in like that. I know I can say this, that if I do let it grow in like that, my head shaves will be a lot quicker because I'll just be doing the top of the head real quickly. And then maybe, I don't know, maybe get an electric trimmer again and just trim around a little bit somehow. I'm not entirely sure. But right now, I like doing a head shave, and it gives me an opportunity to try out a razor for a head shave for all the head shavers out there who are interested or curious about whether a razor performs well for head shaving, that sort of thing. So, who knows? Who knows? Anything can happen, but ever since I did the head shave at 3,000 subscribers, I haven't looked back. I really, really enjoy doing head shaves, and I've learned a lot about doing head shaves because, believe me, I've nicked myself pretty good here and there, but I've learned so much about doing a head shave from all the viewers out there. Their experience and their comments and their input have been invaluable. And without them, I don't think I would have really fully understood how to do a head shave. So my thanks to all the viewers out there and fellow head shavers out there who have contributed so much to my wet shaving journey in learning how to do a head shave properly. Again, I say it over and over again. Without you, this microphone would be silent. Thanks to all the viewers out there who contribute in so many ways to the channel and to the Monday Morning Mailbag. I know a lot of viewers and fellow wet shavers learn a lot from you, as do I. I learn a great deal from all the viewers out there, especially when it comes to doing a head shave and maybe even healing up a wound, and we'll talk about that a little later on the show. So that wraps up this week's refill segment. My thanks to everyone who contributed. Really do appreciate it. We'll do it again next week. Okay, let's check out some new wet shaving gear. Well, as you know, the folks at Yaqi very kindly and generously sent along a few items to show here on the Monday Morning Mailbag and also to review. A big thank you again to Jamie Horn for contacting the folks at Yaqi and telling them about the channel and the Monday Morning Mailbag. Jamie, thank you again very, very much. We've got a couple of Yaqi shaving brushes to show you this morning and share with you. Boy, these are absolutely beautiful, and they come in at some really, really nice price points. First up is this one right here. It comes in a really nice tube right here. This one is the, right here, let me pull it out first. This is the Yaqi Starry Night 28 millimeter synthetic wet shaving brush. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that. Of course, it's got this beautiful handle with a twist on the base there. Really affords a nice grip, and they also have their coin in the bottom right there. Check that out, huh? Isn't that beautiful? This is synthetic knot. This has some nice backbone to it. Looks to be a tuxedo knot. Really, really terrific. And also comes with, I think this is a polishing cloth that is also there. Yeah, it's like a really nice polishing cloth, and I guess you can use this to clean the handle. That's my guess here. That is really nice, and it has the Yaqi brush logo on there. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that right there? The Yaqi brush. Let me just try to get it so the light doesn't wash it out too much. Isn't that nice? Really, really beautiful. And again, that coin is just gorgeous, and it's just a really beautiful color scheme here. And that handle, really a nice twist on the base there. Get a nice firm grip of it. Yeah, this is the Yaqi Starry Night 28 millimeter synthetic men's wet shaving brush. It is a synthetic hair and a resin handle. The brush knot diameter is 28 millimeters, plus or minus 1 millimeter. All these dimensions are going to be plus or minus 1 millimeter. The loft size is 60 millimeters. The handle height is 65 millimeters, and the widest diameter of the handle is 40 millimeters. Really, really terrific. This comes in at a price of $19.36, tax excluded, that sort of thing. And really just really beautiful. So at the time I'm recording this, it's $19.36, and it is just a really beautiful color scheme. And that'll fit nicely on a brush stand because of the narrow neck there. Well, that's not really the neck, that little indentation on the body, but you understand what I'm saying. Really, really strikingly good-looking brush. Yeah, very, very nice. That is the Yaqi Starry Night 28 millimeter synthetic men's wet shaving brush. Now, next up is this one right here. Also comes in a really, really nice tube. I'm going to show you the tube there. And let me get the information on the screen. Yeah, there it is right there. This is the Yaqi Nebula 28 millimeter synthetic wet shaving brush. Look at that. It's got kind of like a, I don't want to say it's a clear base, kind of like a clouded base with some, there's some swirling in there just a little bit. And of course it has a coin on the bottom there. This looks to be closer to a fan knot. And this doesn't have as much backbone as the Starry Night, but it's still very nice nonetheless. And really a striking color scheme. And again, that beautiful coin in the base right there. Yeah, really, really terrific. And again, this one also comes with what appears to be a polishing cloth with the Yaqi brush logo on the bottom again, right like that. Yeah, really, really a terrific, terrific, good-looking brush. Now, here's the breakdown on this one. This is a synthetic knot, resin handle. The brush knot diameter is 28 millimeters. The loft size is 58 millimeters. The handle height is 65 millimeters, and the widest diameter of the handle, 40 millimeters. Again, plus or minus 1 millimeter on those specifications. But again, look at that coin on the bottom. Isn't that great? Yaqi, and it just has, this has got a really neat color scheme to it. Yeah. So really, really terrific. Again, it's not clear. It's got a little bit of, it's got like kind of like a cloudy kind of look to it with some swirling in there. I don't know if you can see that. Almost looks 3D as you look into it. But it's very, very faint, kind of muted. Really kind of neat. Really a neat looking handle. So this one is $14.10. So there you go. A couple of shaving brushes from Yaqi, the Starry Night and the Nebula. We'll have links below to AliExpress where you can check these out Really terrific. My thanks again to Grace Chen and everyone at Yaqi for very kindly and generously sending these brushes along to the channel and allowing me to share these with all the viewers out there. The Starry Night and the Nebula from Yaqi will have links below. Again, a big thank you to everyone at Yaqi, and a big thank you to Jamie Horn for putting the channel and the folks at Yaqi together. Thanks again, Jamie. Thanks again, Grace, and everyone at Yaqi. We have a brand new razor to share with you this morning, and it came courtesy of viewer Matt Panter. Matt, thank you very, very much. It's an absolutely wonderful razor, great for seasoned wet shavers, and also perfect for beginners. Here it is from Karve, the Bison. Boy, this is a fantastic, fantastic razor. Check this out. This one is the tangerine color. Absolutely beautiful, although I'm looking at it and I'm comparing it to some of my shave brush handles. Looks like it's butterscotch, thanks Mom, to me, but we're gonna go with tangerine. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful anodized job on it. It is very, very precisely made. It is a 3-piece razor, and it has some really nice ornamentation on the handle. The grip here is really exceptional. I found that when it got wet, the stickiness and the grippiness actually increased. And I just love the, I guess you could say the ringlets and the fluting that is cut around the outer diameter of the handle to really be attractive. Check this out. Here is the big, big sale point here for me. Check out this base plate. Look at those lather channels. Look at that. That is absolutely fantastic. The lather just sweeps away when you use this razor. And of course, it is a tab and slot configuration. And again, some really, really nice ornamentation, some nice accents on the cap here, these nice grooves on the top of the cap and also on the sides, on either side of it. Yeah, really, really terrific. I've already had a few shaves with this and a head shave. This was wonderful for a head shave, wonderful for a face shave. Again, it is an aluminum razor, so it is lighter in weight, but boy, did it do a great job. I've used a Rex razor blade with it and also a Filoso razor blade. Both of those were just wonderful, absolutely fantastic. The blade I used for a head shave was the Rex Supply Platinum blade. Did a great, great job. Yeah, this is absolutely fantastic. Very easy to find a 30-degree angle with this particular razor. It comes in a variety of wonderful colors. And here's what they have to say about it. Enter the Bison, a razor built with the same exacting quality that you've come to expect from us, but developed with budget in mind. The Bison was designed from the ground up to favor more stable manufacturing processes and to reduce the amount of manual skilled work done by human hands. Shave performance is excellent, and although it feels milder, the Bison still offers good efficiency. The shave angle is close to the traditional 30-degree angle common with vintage razors. The Bison cap is our lowest profile cap to date, and the blade tabs are completely enclosed. The exaggerated shaving plane surrounding the blade makes finding the shaving angle straightforward. Each cap is serialized. Boy, that is terrific. I forgot to mention that in my review. I'm going to have to put that as an on-screen note that each cap is serialized. Boy, this is absolutely a beautiful, beautiful razor. And let me see if you can see that. Let me see if I can zoom in on that. There might be some, might be right there in the bottom. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, absolutely wonderful. Just a really, really well-built, well-machined, precisely produced razor. Let me give you some specs on it right here. The razor is complete and only requires a blade to be ready to use. The blade is not included. Overall length is 96.5 millimeters or 3.8 inches. The handle length is 89 millimeters or 3.5 inches. The handle thread is 1032. Blade gap is 0.71 millimeters. Blade exposure is 0.06 millimeters. The mass, 33.5 grams, 100% made in Canada. Boy, Chris knocked it out of the park with this one. Absolutely fantastic. Again, from our neighbors up north, who do just an absolutely fantastic job in producing these razors. The folks at Karve and Chris at Karve. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful razor. My thanks to Matt Panter for very kindly and generously sending this one along to the channel and allowing me to share it with all the viewers. Trust me, this is a wonderful, wonderful aluminum razor. Great for face shaves, great for head shaves, mild yet very, very efficient. I love using this razor. And again, it's another one of those razors that is great for travel as well because of its lightweight and it's got a rugged build to it. Absolutely fantastic. This is one that you'll want in your shave den, especially if you're a fan of aluminum razors like many wet shavers are. I know a lot of wet shavers gravitate towards having a razor with a little more weight, a little more heft, and sometimes having an aluminum razor is a great change of pace, and there are wet shavers out there who really love aluminum razors. And if you fall into the latter category of really loving aluminum razors, this is one you'll want to have in your shave den. If you're in the former category where you like razors with a little more heft, a little more weight, you'll still like this razor because it affords you a really, really nice change of pace when it comes to using a DE razor for your shave. And also, it has a hole here in the bottom which makes it compatible with all Karve shaving stands from what I understand. Yeah, an absolutely fantastic, fantastic razor from Karve, the Bison. Again, my thanks to Matt Panter. Matt, thank you again very, very much. We'll have a link below. We have a wonderful shaving soap for you. As a matter of fact, it's on its way to the shave den. Has not arrived yet. If it arrives before we get everything edited and uploaded, we'll drop it in. Otherwise, we'll show it to you next week. But right now, we're going to show you what has been posted. This is an absolutely fantastic, fantastic shaving soap, unlike anything I've ever seen before. This is a collaboration between Shave Dad and Van Ulay. Jerry Pleshy of Shave Dad posted this on Facebook, and he writes, "Meet Jax, a shaving soap inspired by the beloved Cracker Jack popcorn and peanut treat that has been a favorite since my childhood. I've had this idea brewing for a while, and the next step was to create a label. Andy Amaya took my concept and with his creative flair designed a fun label. After that, the project hit a bit of a standstill. I then decided to move forward and teamed up with Monica from Van Ulay, who is known for her incredible work on special projects. She was excited about the idea and assured me we could create something truly special and enjoyable. This is shaping up to be one of the coolest shaving soaps, from the label design to the product itself, showcasing our creativity. Jax will be available exclusively through Van Ulay, and she plans to make enough batches so everyone can snag this unique offering. The scent features a delightful caramel popcorn fragrance, blending creamy, buttery caramel with the enticing aroma of freshly popped popcorn. Just like the classic Cracker Jacks, which always included a prize, Jax will have a surprise too. One lucky customer will find a $50 gift certificate in their tub. How about that? Absolutely fantastic. And if Van Ulay sounds familiar, well, that's the Van Ulay Honeycomb Shaving Bowl. This is the brainchild of Monica Gillum of Van Ulay. She's an absolute creative genius. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful lathering bowl from Van Ulay. I love this lathering bowl. If you don't have one, you got to get one for your shave den. This creates heaps and heaps of lather. This is her creation, and she sells it exclusively on her website at Van Ulay. We will have a link to the shaving bowl as well as the Jax Shave Dad Van Ulay shave soap. And the reason why Monica Gillum got involved in this is because she's very, very creative, but Cracker Jack reminds her of her late father, who passed away 5 years ago tomorrow on March 11th. So she's doing this as a bit of a tribute to him because she has some great memories of her father and Cracker Jack. And yeah, absolutely fantastic, fantastic shaving soap. Again, it's on its way to the shave den here. If it arrives before we get this uploaded and edited, we'll unbox it and we'll show it to you firsthand. If not, it'll be next week. But I'm really looking forward to it because she has put a lot of work into building molds so that the shave soap comes out and everything looks exactly like Cracker Jack as you open up that tub of soap. It's absolutely amazing. Wow. Monica really is very, very creative, a very, very gifted artisan. So check out Vanulay for the Shave Dad and Vanulay Jax Shave Soap, and also for the Vanulay Lathering Bowl, Honeycomb Lathering Bowl. It really is an amazing lathering bowl. And my thanks to Jerry Pleshy and also to Monica Gillum for very kindly sending along Jax Shave Soap and allowing me to share it with all the viewers out there. Stay tuned. If we don't show it to you this episode, we'll show it to you next week for sure. Really looking forward to it and reviewing it and that sort of thing. And as they say, they promise there's going to be enough up there for everyone to snag a tub of it. It launched this past Friday, as I understand it. So if it's sold out, just be patient. There's more coming from what I understand. And really looking forward to trying it and reviewing it here. So thanks again to Jerry Pleshy and Monica Gillum of Shave Dad and Vanulay. Coming soon, Jax. Well, it's available now. Jax Shave Soap. Thanks again, folks. Really do appreciate it. Now, on previous Monday morning mailbags, we've been talking about the Omega Elite GT Series shaving brush. This one came to the channel courtesy of viewer Matt Panter. Matt, thank you again very, very much. Now, the question came up about a proper razor and brush stand or brush stand that could accommodate this particular shaving brush because it does have a rather beefy handle. Well, Jeff Palmer solved this problem for us, and he writes, "Hey Mark, sorry for the lateness of it. Here are a couple of shots of the Parker adjustable razor and brush stand with the Omega brush and an Aylesworth AL razor. It fits the brush perfectly. In fact, it fits every brush I own perfectly. Once you see how it works, it pretty much can fit anything. The second shot is from the top down to show how it works. The right side arm of the brush handle actually is connected to the razor holder on the other side. There is a plate with the left arm that goes just to the other side of the ball. Basically, you just move these arms in or out to fit any size brush. You don't actually have to do any tightening or loosening of the ball on the stand, at least not on mine. I just ordered one to be sent to you. I figure you need one since you have the same brush, and if you show it off on the 3MB, I expect it will solve any brush size to stand issues for the rest of your viewers. As for the brush, you are right. Whatever they made that handle out of, it fits securely in my hand. It isn't super hard, but it isn't soft either. It's the first brush I have had that I don't have to worry about it slipping out of my hand. It kind of fits my hand better than any of my other brushes. As for the performance, that thing makes lather so fast, it is almost alarming. The speed at bowl lather was impressive. However, face lathering seems to be even faster. This has basically become my new favorite brush. Thanks for all you do, Jeff Palmer." Jeff, thank you very, very much for the great review of the Parker adjustable razor and brush stand. Very, very helpful. And I think this is going to solve a problem for a lot of viewers who have different sized handle shave brushes that this is going to accommodate all of them. Really, thank you very, very much. And thanks for sending it along to the channel. Now, at the time I'm recording this, it has not yet arrived. If it arrives before we get the editing completed and uploaded completed, that sort of thing, we'll try to do a quick drop-in and show it to you on camera. If not, it'll be next week for sure. So a big, big thank you to Jeff Palmer for a great review on the Parker adjustable razor and brush stand, and for very kindly and generously sending one along to the channel and allowing me to share it with all the viewers. I'm really, really curious about how it works because, yes, I have the Omega Elite GT Series shaving brush, and I want to see how it works with this brush, and I also want to see how it works with all my other brushes because I've got some beefy brushes. I've got some big ones, and I'm really, really curious about how it works with all of those shaving brushes. So a big thank you to Jeff Palmer for a terrific review of the Parker adjustable razor and brush stand, and for very kindly and generously sending one along to the channel and allowing me to share it with all the viewers out there. Folks, we'll have a link below where you can check it out. Jeff, thanks again very much. We got this heads up and update from viewer Christopher Devine, who writes, I just noticed that the razor company is now selling metal adjustment knobs for the Merkur Progress as well. While I prefer the classic look of the white knob, this upgrade is clearly popular. Yeah, folks, we'll have a link below to the razor company where you can check out this conversion kit that they sell, which will allow you to put a metal adjustment knob on the bottom of your Merkur Progress if you don't like that off-white knob. Like Christopher, I absolutely love that white adjustable knob, but if you would like something a little different, check out this conversion kit available at the razor company. Christopher, thanks very much for the heads up and the update on this one. Really do appreciate it. This comes from viewer Ken Williams, 2219, who writes, great show, Mark. Sorry about the scrape. I know all too well how that feels. Watched a video of a lady barber from Austria do a wet head shave, then used a gold foil razor to clean up. I bought a Rebel SC gold foil razor and did the same. It goes beyond a BBS. Love it and recommend it to everyone. Well, we'll get a link to it below. This is the StyleCraft Rebel Professional Super Torque Motor Electric Men's Foil Shaver. It's about $85, and I believe this is the one that Ken is referring to. It looks like it's a professional grade, professional level foil razor that I guess a barber would use, probably similar to the one that this lady barber from Austria was using. That's my guess, but we'll link it below so you can investigate it further. Again, it's about $85 for the black cased foil razor, and a little more, about $99 or $100 for the one that has the more ornate, colorful case. But again, if you're someone who is looking to do a little bit of cleanup and get a little bit closer, a little bit of a closer shave after your DE shave, again, we've heard this shave tip that you can do a DE shave, and then afterwards you want to get some of those trouble spots, use a foil razor, and that'll be just enough to clean up those areas that a razor might not be able to get for you, that sort of thing. Check out the StyleCraft Rebel Professional Super Torque Motor Electric Men's Foil Shaver. Ken, thanks again very much. Folks, we'll have a link below. Well, a week from today is St. Patrick's Day, and we have the perfect shave soap to have that wonderful St. Patrick's Day shave. This came courtesy of Bill and Connie Murphy. Bill, Connie, thank you very much. From Phoenix Shaving, Irish Coffee. Boy, is this a great scent, and it's going to make for a great St. Patrick's Day shave. Check out the scent profile. Coffee, cream liquor, vanilla, benzoin, a dash of butterscotch, and Irish whiskey. Available through the month of March. It's available right now. This is an absolutely spectacular scent. Oh, absolutely fantastic. Not only do we have the shave soap, but we also have the aftershave splash, and of course, the Star Jelly. Boy, I am looking forward to my St. Patrick's Day shave with this one. This is what we're using this year. This is fantastic. It wraps everything together. The traditional wet shave, St. Patrick's Day, and coffee. Absolutely fantastic. And here's what they write on the product page. A toast to tradition, a shave to savor. There are few things in this world as soul-warming as a properly made Irish coffee. A perfect alchemy of bold coffee, rich cream liqueur, velvety vanilla, and the smooth embrace of Irish whiskey. It's a drink born from ingenuity, meant to comfort weary travelers and delight the senses in a way that only the Irish can. And now that timeless indulgence returns to your shave den, backed by overwhelming demand, and originally launched in 2014, Phoenix Shaving's Irish Coffee is the St. Patty's Day scent you didn't know you needed. But once you experience it, you'll wonder how you ever went without. This isn't just a fragrance, it's a perfectly poured mug of nostalgia, decadence, and pure shaving bliss. Yeah, absolutely. And it's available across the board. Shave soap, aftershave, EDP, star jelly, etc. Wow, absolutely fantastic. I love this scent. I am really looking forward to my St. Patrick's Day shave with this and beyond. This is great all year round, but you'll absolutely want to have it in your shave den for St. Patrick's Day. Absolutely fantastic. Again, a big thank you to Bill and Connie Murphy for very kindly sending this one along to the channel and allowing me to share it with all the viewers. From Phoenix Shaving, Irish Coffee, we'll have links below. Well, here's something I came across when I visited my local Costco. I went in originally to get some Dr. Bronner's bar soap. They had it, and it was a pretty good price. And when I got there, they were completely sold out. But I happened to notice this on the shelf right here, Dr. Squatch Natural Bar Soap Variety Pack. Now, I believe Jamie Horn told me about this brand, and I believe he said he liked it. And here it was, 6 bars, 3 different scents, so you get 2 bars of each scent. And this was about $28 for this. So it is a rather large bar of soap that they give you. And again, they give you 2 each of 3 different scents. So you're going to get 2 of the Fresh Falls. That's a really nice scent. You're also going to get 2 each of the Pine Tar. That's really good too. I like that. But this is my favorite so far. 2 each of the Wood Barrel Bourbon. Boy, that's a really good scent. And I'm already using this one in the shower. It's fantastic. It really is. Yeah, very, very nice. So that's Dr. Squatch Bar Soap, natural bar soap, available at Costco. You get 6 bars for about $28, a little less than $28. So if you're a member of Costco and you're looking for a natural bar soap, check out Dr. Squatch. And as I recall, and correct me if I'm wrong, Jamie Horn, I believe Jamie got some of these and he liked them quite a bit. So I thought I'd try it out and pass it along to you. Dr. Squatch, 3 different scents, 2 each, 6 bars, less than $28. Check it out at your local Costco. And that wraps up this week's look at new wet shaving gear. My thanks to everyone who contributed. Really do appreciate it. We'll do it again next week. Okay, let's check out some of these questions and comments. Well, this came from viewer David Dart regarding doing a head shave when you get a nick or cut. And I thought this was very, very helpful. And I used this particular approach and it worked very, very well. And this was the head shave I did with the Karve Bison razor. It worked really, really well. So thanks again to David Dart for this particular technique, approach, routine, etc. And he writes, Mark, good morning, sir. Yet another great Monday morning mailbag. Sorry to hear about the scrape on your head. As a head shaver, I feel your pain. I hate when that happens, and I'm forced to not shave for a week or so. What I do is give the cut or nick a few days to heal. Then I'll make my lather and clean the lather off the spot where the cut is. When I'm shaving, I'll hold the razor in one hand, and with the other hand, I'll place 1 or 2 fingers on the cut so I can't run the razor over it. Not perfect, but way less annoying than not shaving at all. Hope it heals quickly for you and have a great day. David, thank you very, very much for this. I really do appreciate it. This is exactly what I did. And I also shot a video review of the Bison razor doing the head shave, and I used this particular technique that you sent along. Really, it was very, very helpful. Thank you very, very much. So, folks, if you are a head shaver out there and you like using your DE razor, and for some reason, like me, you got a head scrape or a bump or a cut or a nick, try this approach. It worked well for me. And again, my head scrape was healing up, just as David had said. I waited a few days. I let that heal up a little bit. And then I went ahead and I employed this approach. And it worked. It worked well. It helped me to avoid that head scrape. It really did. And I really appreciate it, David. It worked very, very well. And of course, the Karve Bison razor with its nice mild quality and high efficiency really did a great job in doing a head shave. So in giving me a head shave. So it was a great combination of your tip, David, and the Bison razor from Matt Panter. Matt, thanks again. David, thanks again. I had a successful head shave, even though I had a bit of a head scrape there, thanks to you. Gentlemen, thanks again very, very much. Now, on previous Monday morning mailbags, we've been talking about a product called Bag Balm. This was introduced to us by viewer Glenn Martin. He happened to work on a dairy farm some years ago when he was a teenager, and this is what they used. And it turns out it's great for dry and cracked skin. Now, James Sefton also is a believer in Bag Balm, and he also knew about its healing and medicinal properties, which is why he very kindly sent this one along to the channel. And I've been using it on my head scrape, and it is really healed it up very, very nicely. It's also taken care of a lot of the irritation that I had up here on my scalp as well. Pretty amazing. And that's because it has an ingredient called 8-hydroxyquinoline sulfate. Now, as I write here, 8-hydroxyquinoline sulfate can be a bit of a mouthful, but it gives the Bag Balm some excellent healing properties. The compound is extracted from coal tar and is known to have antibacterial and antiseptic properties. For this reason, you can apply Bag Balm to accelerate wound healing. However, relying solely on it to disinfect the affected area is not recommended. Well, that makes sense with just about anything that I would use to heal up a head scrape or a head wound or a nick or a cut. I'm obviously going to use something to clean it out first, that sort of thing, and then apply a salve of some kind. But I went right to the Bag Balm after James Sefton sent this along. And my gosh, this thing has done a wonderful job. As a matter of fact, I had a bit of a knuckle nick right here. And you can see how it's healing that up right now. I mean, that is just fantastic. This was far worse before. And the redness is due to, I think it's probably just the lighting, that sort of thing. But when I'm looking at it this way, it's not nearly as red. It was far worse yesterday evening and this morning. It's really healing up very, very nicely. So, boy, Bag Balm really came in handy. It's been great for dried, cracked skin, and it absolutely is fantastic for this head scrape that I had. It really did a great job in helping the healing process. And again, whatever little bit of irritation I had up here, the Bag Balm seems to be taking care of that as well. I'll report a little more next week as we go a little bit further with Bag Balm here, but I'm going to be applying it every day and till this wound is completely healed. And again, between the Bag Balm and the great head shaving tip and the razor, the head shaving tip from David Dart and the razor from Matt Panter, it really made for a successful combination to get a head shave with a DE razor, even though this was still healing up. But I think the Bag Balm did a great job in healing up things. And I'm going to use it again down the road. So a big thank you to James Sefton for very, very kindly sending along Bag Balm to the channel. And of course, thanks to Glenn Martin for the heads up regarding Bag Balm. Gentlemen, really do appreciate it. It allowed me to get a head shave a little sooner than I wanted. And again, thanks to David Dart and also to Matt Panter. Gentlemen, all four of you, thank you very much. Now, I was perusing YouTube and I happened to come across a vintage commercial for Noxzema Medicated Comfort Shaving Cream from 1967. The tagline was, "Take it off, take it all off." A very attractive young lady says that, and then they cut immediately to a gentleman having a shave with some with some rousing music in the background, let's say. And the razor he's using looks very familiar, but I don't know exactly what razor it is. It looks like an injector razor. It looks very similar to the PAL adjustable injector razor that we've reviewed on the channel, but there's no adjustment dial on the razor head. I'm thinking it might be a PAL razor without the adjustability, or it could be a Schick injector razor, but I have not found any Schick razors with this particular handle. So I'll link it below. Check it out. Let us know if you can identify the razor in this classic Noxzema shaving cream commercial from 1967. It certainly looks like an injector razor. Looks like it could be a PAL injector razor. I'm not entirely sure. Very reminiscent of what we now have in the way of supply injector razors. But check it out. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you can identify what razor the gentleman is using in this vintage Noxzema shaving cream commercial from 1967. PAL, Schick, something else? Let us know in the comments below. And that wraps up another Monday Morning Mailbag. Thanks so much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. Please share, please subscribe, please like. Hit that bell so it'll give you a yell the next time I upload a video. Comment below. Let me know. Check out all the wonderful artisan soap makers and sellers that you see displayed on the bottom of the screen right now. They make and offer some wonderful artisan shave soap. They also offer some wonderful wet shaving gear to enhance your traditional wet shave. The next time you're online, please take a moment, pay them a visit. I sure would appreciate it. Thank you very much. Also, check out my Amazon product page at amazon.com/shop/MarkZerati, where you'll find all the Amazon listed products that I review in this channel, organized and categorized so you can find everything in a snap very easily. I'll leave you with this laugh. Hey, we have another double take cartoon puzzle this week. Try to find the differences between the two cartoon panels. If you need more time, just pause the video, or try to find all the differences before time runs out. Thanks very much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. Make it a great week.